Hi there, this is Jane here. I just thought I would pop on and because I had the camera out to do something else that I was working on, so I thought I'd just do a quick one of these. I've seen some questions in a Facebook group that I'm in about using modelling paste to kind of do things in your junk journals or in your art projects. And look, I'm no expert at all in this stuff. I've only just started doing anything to do with art in the last year. So I've always been really afraid of art. I've not really, because I can't draw anything to save my life. So I've always kind of shied away from it. But I started doing it to help with my anxiety, because I suffer with some anxiety stuff. And I just found it really, really helpful. So I've kind of dived into doing lots of different things and experimenting with lots of different things and kind of knowing that it's okay if it goes wrong, if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, it's fine. It doesn't have to look like anything. It doesn't have to please anybody but you. And even then, if you look at it when you're finished with it and it doesn't please you, you can cover it up and do it with something else or start again. You can just, it doesn't matter. You can just enjoy it. So that's where I'm at. I'm kind of a beginner as well. So I'm no expert. And so don't look at me as one, because that's not what I am. But I do really enjoy playing with the stuff that I've got and doing little experiments and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't, and just generally having a bit of fun and mucking about with different things. So what I thought I would do is, because I'm just working at the moment on a little kind of little masterboard. It's not, I don't even know what I'm going to use it for, really. I just had some, I'll tell you exactly how it happened. I had some leftover stuff on my desk that was a mess. I had loads of bits of book page and little leftover bits from making journals. And rather than just chuck it away, I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll just get a bit of old leftover paper and I will stick it all on. And then we'll see what we can do with that afterwards. I tidied it up, got it off my desk, and I'm quite pleased with the way that it worked. So once I'd stuck it all down, I then started to put some stamps on it, just randomly stamping all over the place. And I used I wanted to see what effect I could get with some watercolour pencils that I've got. So I just started to go around some of the lines, not all of them, just some of them. So it almost looks like it's like a crack in a vase or something. But it also kind of reminded me a bit of a map. That's what I was kind of getting from it when I was doing it and I was kind of playing about with it. So that's what I ended up with. And I just thought this would be a really good project to just put a little bit of texture on. So because I'd seen those questions about using modelling paste and stuff, I thought this would be a good thing to do on a video, record, and just show how I use modelling paste. This is not saying this is the only way to use it. It's not saying it's necessarily the right way to use it. It's just what I've been doing with modelling paste. And this is not the only thing I've been doing. I've been doing other textures and stuff like that. But this is the one that I'm going to use here because I just think it'll be cool. Or it may not, So I would normally have put some Mod Podge on this to kind of cover it all, but I haven't done that this time. Just thought, for a change, I'll just leave it because there's texture here that I thought might be quite fun to just leave as it is. And it all seems to have stuck down okay. There will be little bits that rise up and I'll deal with that later. But what I thought I would do is to just use some modelling paste to show you a little bit of how I would use it. So I've got the big pot. This is the big tub. I just squirt a little bit into a old container, and then I just use a really old identity thing that I had ages ago. So nothing that is current, so it's not valid, it's not private or anything. So it's fine. So what I thought I would do is, now bear in mind I'm using white modelling paste here, and because I didn't wipe all the ink off from the last time I used this, chances are some of the pinky colour might come off. I don't care about that because there's quite a lot of pinky stuff already on here, so that's just fine with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put loads of it on. I'm just going to put a bit on here, just in the little space that I've got. And all I do is just kind of put the stencil down and then just wipe the modelling paste over the stencil. So that's one done. Let's have a look and see what we've got. So you just get left with a raised up image on there. So yeah, that's what you end up with. So I'll do another one because I've got plenty of modelling paste here to be used. Let me just pop that down for a sec. Okay, so where should we put? So the only thing is I've actually got lots of stuff already on here. So maybe I'll just put another one just here. So if you do what I've just done and you kind of spread out over into some space that you don't want to have spread out into, you can, if you're quick, just get a wipe and just gently get it off. You will, if you've done what I've done and you've got stamps underneath there, you will probably end up with a bit of a splurge, but it's okay because we're not really worrying too much about any splurges. And I think there's something there that's, I don't know exactly what that was, but anyway, it is what it is. We'll cover it up with something else, a bit of ink or something, we'll do that. But the rose itself has come out quite nicely. So, is it because there's stuff on the back? I don't know. But what I'm going to do is just pop that to one side for a minute and just wipe this off so that it all comes off as quickly as possible, because if you don't get it off, and I will go and wash this after I've finished this video, it will dry, and then next time you come to use it with like your dauber or anything like that, it will still all be there and it'll be crusty and it won't work properly and it'll just be a nightmare. So clean your stencils is my message to you. Hi again, so sorry about that. I knocked the camera and it all just, well, I was rubbing the stuff off of the stencil, so I think that's what happened. So just thought what I would do is show you something else that you can do with your modelling paste just while I'm here with a little bit of modelling paste left. So I've got some left, not a lot, but a little bit. So what you can also do is take your Distress Oxide ink spray, give it a shake, get that out of the way, and you can just squirt it into your modelling paste. Now, bear in mind, this is another liquid that you're putting into it, so it will make your modelling paste a little bit more sloppy. So you don't want to put in too much, really. And what I would say is if you want a darker colour, use a darker ink rather than just spraying loads of it in, because you will make your modelling paste a bit more sloppy. You can see it's a little bit more sloppy now. So yeah, bear that in mind. I would say that's probably something that I've taken away from doing these in the last few months, is to just bear in mind that it gets more sloppy as you put more ink in. I mean, it's completely logical, isn't it? But when you're not an arty person, you don't always think of this stuff at all. So what I'm going to do is what I'll probably do is turn this around so that those other two that I've put up there I'm not tempted to smear away too much at. And I'll just put one, maybe I'll just put one up here. Right, so we'll have another rosy moment, seeing as that's a bit of a theme here. I'll just use a little one and pop it there for now. So I've wiped all this clean now, so hopefully we'll get better results and we won't get any smearing off all over the place. And I've just put a bit of ink in here. It's called Victorian Velvet, I think it is. But I love this colour. I've got it in the actual ink pad as well. So get yourself a nice reasonable dollop. Hold your thingy down. That's it. You won't need much to just smear into the holes. There we go. And probably the best thing to do, if I'm thinking sensibly, is to put a piece of paper just along the edge so it doesn't go over. But that's okay. So you can see that is slightly more pinky. It's not really, really vivid, but that wouldn't be what I wanted on this particular thing anyway, because it's all quite muted. So I'll just put maybe, what shall I do? That's the thing, you see, you get your hands in it and it all gets a bit messy. I wonder if I could put, hold on, let me just wipe that so that it's not gonna smear all over the place. Okay, I wonder if I could put something along the bottom, maybe like that, just to use some of this up. So I've got quite a bit of it here. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a bit of old paper. There. So we don't smear it all over the desk, and also we don't smear it where we don't want it on the piece that we're working on. Okay, so that looks all right. Just get your paste up together, and you really don't need very much. It's not, you don't, when you end up with loads on your old credit card or whatever you're using. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to, you may as well just use that as well. As soon as we're here. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Ta-da! And there we've got a nice pattern down at the bottom. So that's where we get to with the modelling paste. Now you need to leave that alone somewhere where it won't get spilled, walked on by the cat, etc, etc. Let's just give this, actually I'll do that in a sec. I'll just give it a small wipe over now just to keep it not too icky, so don't cover ourselves in it. And I've just got some modelling paste left over. So rather than throw it away, I'm going to use it up. I'm going to just use it up on some random things that I keep laying around ready to do things on. So I've just got a plain brown envelope, and I think what I'll do is I'll turn it out this way so that hopefully you can see it. We'll use up what we've got. See, as you can see, I've gone over the edge. I'm not going to worry about it too much because I can cover that up with something else. It's really not a problem. So let's just get the final bit out of here. Using up our last bits. So yeah, if you've got some left over, just find something random, make yourself a little stencil. So as you can see, I've made a blob up there. It doesn't matter because you can cover that up with anything, bit of sari silk, you could cover that up with all sorts of different things, washi tape, etc, etc. Right, let me just pop that down there for a sec. And let me just get the wiper. Or we could try and just wipe it off. Because if we're quick, we can get there. Now there probably will be a little sort of smear. And I don't actually know what these are, but I might leave them because they're almost just like little petals that are falling off. That's that. Right, okay, well I'll leave that to dry and we'll see what that ends up with. And you can see, you know, because I'm using the last little bits, it's not perfect coverage, but it's good enough. And you can do loads of little things with this kind of thing. So that's another little thing to go and dry. So yeah, that's how I use modelling paste. I do also use it for backgrounds and just to, like if I'm doing just a little art project, you can use it to, you know, sort of maybe on the corners, kind of make some contrast there of different textures. And then, you know, I'm sure there are 1,000,001 other ways that you can use it because I'm, as I said, very, very new to this, so certainly not an expert at all. So, yeah, that's what I do with my modelling paste. Hopefully that has helped or inspired or just told you what another person that's beginning has done with it. I think it's a lot of fun to play with. I really enjoy playing with the textures stuff. That's always fun. I've also got some gesso, and to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure what to do with gesso. So that's kind of something that I'm working on at the moment, is what can I do with some gesso? So once I've worked out what you can do with some gesso, I'll do another video with other things that I've discovered you can do with gesso. Thank you very much for watching. If you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and share, subscribe to my channel, all of that kind of stuff. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.